Hello students, welcome to the lecture number 6. Today we are going to learn a very most important theory, that is Lamis theorem, which is frequently asked in GTU exams. Okay, so this theorem is important when on a particle three forces are acting but value of only two forces are available. Then we can find the third force with the help of some angles. So let us check the derivation of Lamis theorem. Hello students, so let us start the most important theory, that is Lamis theorem. First of all, you should read the statement which is given to you. If three coplanar forces acting at a point B in equilibrium, means what? Here it is say point O. There are three forces acting at point O, P, Q and R. All the three are in equilibrium, means resultant of these three forces will be 0. But in this theory we don't have to find resultant actually. Let us see. Then each force is proportional to sine of angle between the other two. Means what? Suppose this is the force P. Then what is the opposite angle of this? It is the angle between other two forces, means between Q and R. So here is the angle alpha. So I mean that this force P is proportional to sine alpha. Similarly Q proportional to sine beta. Similarly R proportional to sine gamma. So it is the Lamis theorem. Each and every force is proportional to sine of angle between the opposite angle, sine of angle between the other two forces, means opposite angle. Okay, you can see in the formula also. This is the formula. P upon sine alpha, okay, P upon sine alpha is equal to Q upon sine beta. So is equal to Q upon sine beta is equal to R upon sine gamma. So R upon sine gamma. So basically this is the statement of Lamis theorem. Most important formula, P upon sine alpha is equal to Q upon sine beta is equal to R upon sine gamma. So that is basically the statement of Lamis theorem. Okay, now we have to derive this formula. We have to derive Lamis theorem. P upon sine alpha is equal to Q upon sine beta is equal to R upon sine gamma. Let us see how. Let us see on the next page. Okay, so here is the figure of Lamis theorem. Let us see how it happens. This is the same point O. There are three forces acting over here. First one is P, second one is Q and third one is R. And now check out some geometry. What is written over here? Consider three forces P, Q and R at a point O. Let opposite angles to these three forces be alpha, beta and gamma. Okay, so what it means? Opposite angle of force P is alpha, opposite angle of force Q is beta, opposite angle of force R is gamma. Okay, gamma is the total angle, this angle. See, check the figure carefully, otherwise you will be confused by the figure. What is the geometry? Next geometry. Now draw the two lines OA equal to force P and OB equal to force Q. Okay, OA means force P and OB means force Q to some scale meeting at O. Meeting at O. Okay, it is basically the geometry. Now complete the parallelogram OACB. Complete the parallelogram OACB like this. OA and OB as two adjacent sides and OC as a diagonal. OA and OB are two adjacent sides and OC is the diagonal. Now what you have to do? Actually force R is going down. Okay, means it is tensile at point O. So you just imagine the force R is at this line, is on this line. because direction remains same. You can see direction remains same. So I can draw force R over here also. Okay, so for as of now, you just imagine that force R is on this line, means on the diagonal of the parallelogram. Now I am going to use some rules of mathematics. Check out. The same figure I will explain you during the derivation. Let us see how. Okay, so this is basically the derivation. Let me adjust first some formulas, some mathematical terms are hidden over here. Let me remove my photo from there. Okay, so that you can see it clearly. Yes, it is. Okay, now you see in triangle OAC according to sine rule. Now you must remember the sine rule. What is sine rule? Sine rule is applicable for any triangle. Let us check which triangle. It is triangle OAC. Okay, so where is the triangle OAC first? You can see this is the triangle OAC. So turn by turn, take a side of this triangle. First side is OA. Where is OA? Where is OA? OA. So which is the opposite angle of OA? This is the opposite angle of OA. Okay, actually this is the opposite angle of OA. Side OA. So what is the name of that angle? Name of that angle is ACO. Okay, this angle ACO. So I have written over here sine angle ACO. So this is basically the sine rule. Take a side OA, in division take its opposite angle in the form of sine. So sine ACO. Repeat the procedure for the second side. Second side is CA. So where is the CA in figure? Here it is CA. So opposite side, opposite angle will be this. What is the name of this angle? COA. Okay, so here it is CA upon sine COA. Last side, third side is OC. Where is OC? This is OC. So opposite angle will be this. What is the name of this angle? Sine of angle OAC. So basically this is the statement of Lamis theorem, or say sine rule. OA upon sine ACO, CA upon sine COA, OC upon sine OAC. What are the sides? What are the forces acting on the side? What is OA? So OA means force P. What is CA? CA means this side. Now this side and this side both are same according to law of parallelogram. So here it is force Q. So here it is also force Q. So CA means force Q. So here it is force P. Here it is force Q. And last one is OC. So where is OC? OC is over here. Just remember, I have told you on OC you have to assume force R, which is going actually in this direction, same direction. So OC means force R. So these three sides means three forces P, Q and R. Now let us see the game of angles. First angle is ACO. So how the angles comes? Let us check. Now see carefully. This is the straight line. Okay, this is the straight line. So this angle is 180. Okay, this angle is 180. But out of this 180, the lower angle, this angle is alpha. So what is the upper angle? That is obviously 180 minus alpha. Hope you are clear. 180 minus alpha. Similarly, right side. Again, this is a straight line. So this angle is 180. Lower angle is beta. So upper angle is 180 minus beta. So you are clear with 180 minus alpha and 180 minus beta, how it comes. Okay. So here it is ACO is equal to 180 minus alpha. ACO. It is 180 minus alpha. Now how this is 180 minus alpha? Actually, these two sides are parallel. This is the diagonal. So you can just see here it is Z forming. Alternate angles are forming. Okay, Z like this. 1, 2, 3. Z. Alternate angles. So this angle, which is 180 minus alpha, I have explained you. So this angle and this angle both are same, 180 minus alpha, 180 minus alpha, because of Z forming alternate angles. So ACO is equal to 180 minus alpha. ACO is equal to 180 minus alpha. Okay, clear. COA 180 minus beta. Where is COA? Check in the figure. COA 180 minus beta. This is already clear because of this straight line. This is beta. This is 180 minus beta. Okay, all the things are clear. Now the third angle, this angle is blank actually. We have to find that. Now for that, keep the same triangle. Now you know addition of 1, 2, 3 angles is 180 always. Okay, so what is this angle? It is the 180 minus other two angles. So 180 minus other two means what? ACO and COA. Okay, which is given to you. So 180 minus what is ACO? So ACO is equal to actually 180 minus alpha. Replace over here. What is COA? 180 minus beta. Replace over here. Now remove the brackets. Change the sign. So 180 minus 180 plus alpha minus 180 plus beta. So by doing simplification, you will get this answer, alpha plus beta minus 180. Now what is alpha plus beta? Now carefully check this circle. In this circle, there are three angles, alpha, beta and gamma. So total will be 360. So alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to 360. So what is alpha plus beta? It is 360 minus gamma. Okay, so replace this value over here. So alpha plus beta is equal to 360 minus gamma minus 180 from the simplification as it is. Remove the brackets from this equation. You will get 360 minus 180, that is 180, and gamma will be as it is. So finally, angle OAC is equal to 180 minus gamma. Angle OAC means this remaining angle which we have to find, it is now 180 minus gamma. So here are the three angles. Which three? First one is ACO to be replaced over here. Second one is COA to be replaced over here. And third one is 180 minus gamma, that is OAC, which is replaced over here. So now in this equation number 1, replace all the three sides and replace all the three angles. What are the three sides? I already have explained you. OA means P, CA means this, matlab Q. Okay, 10. What is OC? OC means this force means R going down. Okay, and what are the three angles? 180 minus alpha, 180 minus beta, 180 minus gamma. Let us check next. So substituting the values in this equation, what happens now? OA, CA, OC. OA, CA, OC. So these three sides are forces P, Q and R. Now check the divisions. What are the angles? First one is sine 180 minus alpha, first angle, sine 180 minus beta, sine 180 minus gamma. I have already explained you. You can go back and check the angles. Now quadrant system. You must remember the quadrant system. First, second, third, fourth. So in the first quadrant, all the functions are positive. In the second function, only sine is positive. In the third quadrant, tan is positive. In the last quadrant, cot is positive. Okay, so basically it is the rule of all STC. You have remembered this in the mathematics, all STC. So according to that, what is 180 minus alpha? 180 means this line. Minus alpha means second quadrant. So in the second quadrant, sine is positive. So what basically I want to tell, sine 180 minus alpha is nothing but sine alpha. Similarly, sine 180 minus beta is equal to sine beta. Sine 180 minus gamma is equal to sine gamma. So this is the final simplification of the equation. P upon sine alpha is equal to Q upon sine beta is equal to R upon sine gamma. So this is the main derivation of Lamis theorem. It is very most important from the topic point of view, most important theory, frequently asked in GTU, and its numericals are very tough. Basically, why this formula is used? In this formula, if two forces PQ and all the three angles are given to you, you can find the third force which is acting on the particle. Must remember that here R is not the resultant. Okay, up to last method R is the resultant, but here it is P, Q and R. All the three are separate forces. Okay, nothing is the resultant. Alpha, beta and gamma are the opposite angles of particular forces. So if two forces P and Q and the remaining three angles are available to you, you can find the third angle R. For that, numericals we will show you in the next lecture, but the sums are very difficult. I will show you some 4 to 5 rules for doing the sums. So first of all, you have to remember that 4 to 5 rules which I will show you in the next lecture. But as of now, in this lecture, you have to remember this theory. So just write down this theory in your notebook, practice this and remember this theory permanently in your mind. See you in the next lecture.